It's the Nice Guys Podcast. And we're back. Me and Noah on the casting There's mine. Sneaky beer coming in at you. Little sneaky icy light. Look at that. What's wrong with that one?
What do you mean?
They're all weird. The label.
What's wrong with the label?
You see how it doesn't... Speaking of the mic.
Oh, sorry. What's wrong with the label?
See how it doesn't...
No, it's like a normal can.
It's all fucked up.
No,
I don't
it's
like
a normal
it.
can.
No, I don't like it
Hater.
at all.
All right. What were you saying?
Yeah, coaster it up. I was saying that it's the Nice Guys Podcast, and we're back. Brand new episode, fresh, hot out the oven. Talking a little NFL, talking a little college basketball today. Sort of dipping our toes in the water of college basketball. We're going to start talking about that leading up to the NCAA Tournament because football's basically over, Noah. How do you feel about that? That kind of sucks.
Honestly, I'm tired. It's been a fucking long-ass season, man, especially for me. Just been a grind all season, so I'm ready for the vacation.
I was thinking about you sounded like a coach right there.
Yeah.
Or you sounded like a player right there.
Yeah,
You're
I know.
Ready.
I feel like that.
I'm very tired. It's been a long season.
Yeah, you could say I work harder than the players. I have a job and I have to watch football. So
I was going to say we have jobs, and then outside of it's their jobs.
Yeah, it's their jobs to play a sport.
Outside of our jobs, we have to watch football. We have to bet on football.
Yep.
We have to talk about football on this podcast. We
haven't done too much.
We have to play fantasy football.
Yep.
So there's so many things.
There's so much football.
So hard.
It's hard.
All they have to do is go out there and play.
And it's been a grind.
It really has.
It's been a grind.
But we've made it to the end. It's been a fun season, I would say.
This has proved to me why the NFL is the greatest league in all of sports.
I think I would agree. Over and over again, we were kind of reminded of that throughout the season.
Yeah. I didn't used to think so. If you would have asked me if I would have felt this way 5 years ago, I would have told you no.
Yeah, we've talked about this before, I guess, that we both used to be... I think both of us used to be more college football guys, but it's just gotten so annoying, I think, college football has.
The playoff has ruined college football for me.
I don't know if it's been
ever since the playoff came into existence, I haven't really watched football as much.
It's true. There's a direct correlation there.
We went on a grind. The first year we did the podcast, we went on a grind with college football, and I thought we were more college football oriented than NFL. But to be fair, that's when I started to lean more NFL.
I think the pandemic kind of did that for me because college was so fucked up last year.
I agree.
And then the NFL sort of kept the same structure as it always has.
And they did it well.
Right, they did. They did it well. They did all that shit really well. I guess it's probably easier to... Well, we're getting off topic. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Anyways.
It's cool. It's cool. We're going to do a little review, our little recap of the NFL season. The one rule for this podcast today, you remember your one rule?
So Christian asked if I wanted to do a podcast this week and next week because we have to do a Super Bowl episode. I was extremely hesitant on doing an episode, but Christian pushed me for it. But my number one rule... No Super Bowl talk.
We're not talking about the fucking Super Bowl.
If you're looking for Super Bowl talk, not here, folks.
Not right now.
Not here.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
It's going to be big. It's going to be big, too.
You'll get it. We'll do a bunch of... We're going to try
props.
We're going to try a bunch of shit that we haven't before to spice up the relationship a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Noah said.
Next week is going to be the best episode.
Props, toys, oils... Lotion,
bondage,
all kinds of bondage, all kinds of things to tune in for, including, I guess, bondage for our Super Bowl episode next week.
Next week,
not this week.
Not this week.
Don't make me say it again. Okay. let's say these two team names for the last time. We'll get it out, and then we're not saying it till next week. Los Angeles Rams, Cincinnati Bengals.
We might mention them like one or two times.
We have to, I guess, when we're talking about.
But that is the last time that anything's coming about that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's done.
They're good. We get it.
Cool. Move on.
Okay, move on.
So do you want to go?
We can go in order of like what was lost first. Like just recap the playoff teams. What was lost first? Starting with Raiders. We can do that.
What was lost?
Yeah, who lost in the playoffs first?
Oh, okay, yeah. I was about to say.
Yeah, we can start with that.
Yeah, so I want to. We should start off. Do you want to? We're doing playoff
workshopping.
Teams. We're gonna review the playoff teams sort of talk a little bit about each playoff team because there's more off-season conversation for some of the shittier teams that are maybe rebuilding that are kind of interesting, whatever. But we want to talk about 2021. But I think we should start off with actually the honorable mention of this list, the Indianapolis Colts.
Holy fuck.
I think probably we didn't really prepare for this, but we should maybe start off with where do the Colts go from here? What the hell happened?
Number one,
and what's wrong?
Get a new quarterback.
Yes.
Number two, potentially get a new head coach.
You think so?
I mean, that's a historical loss for the ages. That's the worst game planning loss I've ever seen.
Do you fire him for one loss to
Maybe
the Jaguars?
Maybe not one loss,
though?
but he's hot seat for sure. He's extremely hot seat.
Because it's like, didn't that weird, like, fluky losing streak for the Colts in Jacksonville started, like, before Reich? Like, haven't they lost? They've lost, like, five straight in Jacksonville, which is humiliating. I mean, I guess some of those teams, that was, like, Blake Bortles,
You would
Fournette.
think you would game plan better, though, at that point.
Right, that's the thing. I mean, I kind of see your point. I don't know if you...
The game planning aspect is so bad.
You should probably hot seat him.
And you know what's crazy about the Colts, though, before you give that take? They're in the same position as the Dolphins, and the Dolphins lost their head coach.
Well,
I'm just saying, I mean, we get that, the NFL is racist.
There's other reasons.
Yeah, there's other reasons.
That's another
topic for another day.
But, yeah, not wrong. I guess.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
I guess. But Dolphins felt like they were building something and just came up a little bit short. Colts, it felt like you really... Like, you could have lost in the first round of the playoffs, and it would have been fun. Right. They weren't building. They were...
Built.
Like, they were... like Carson Wentz versus Tua. That's a big difference. You got Carson Wentz because to win now.
Yeah.
Tua is your guy that you're working on.
You have Jonathan Taylor to win now. You have that offensive line to win now.
Right.
You have that defense to win
You have the hats that say run the damn ball.
Yeah, historic
to
loss.
win now.
Anyways, Colts fucking suck.
Fair enough. Enough about the Colts. Raiders.
Raiders.
What do we think of the 2021 Raiders? Confusing team. Do you remember in like week
I think
4? Do you remember in like week 4 when the Super Bowl was going to be Raiders Panthers?
Oh, that shit's funny. I will say
they beat the Ravens and the Steelers, and they were anointed.
A little thought experiment. It's kind of crazy to think that the Raiders were in the position that they were in, like even in the playoffs, after all the shit that's happened.
How do you mean?
I mean, everything surrounding the team.
You
have
true.
Ruggs, you have
that is true.
Gruden.
That is true. It's weird that
You've had other things happen.
By the time
the
playoffs rolled around, I kind of forgot even about Gruden and Ruggs, and then you like throw that on top of
like Darren Waller was injured for like 6 or 7 weeks straight.
The entire team is addicted to heroin. It seems like
Josh Jacobs was injured.
Every time they're on ESPN, they won't stop talking about all the drug addicts on the team.
Yeah, it's crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
So
to be fair, like, it's crazy they were there. And I think Derek Carr, the biggest question mark after the playoffs was, is Derek Carr going to leave? And you might be totally on the train that he's leaving, and so might
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's down to 2 candidates: Derek Carr and Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
That's what I'll say. That's what my sources on the street are telling me.
Derek Carr's gonna stay with the hiring of Josh McDaniels, which I think is the most overrated hire. I think he's gonna stay.
Well, you think it's overrated, but he's gonna stay?
Yeah, I mean, Josh McDaniels' name value, he has a lot.
That's true. I don't know why Derek Carr would leave, to be honest.
It's like Better Homes and Gardens candles. Like, you can light it, and there's a scent to it, but it doesn't mean it's like Yankee candles.
It's not Yankee, baby. You didn't get that shit at the Washington
You're like, oh,
Yankee
yeah, I'll
outlet.
get that candle, and then you get the candle, and it's just like, eh.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is with the Raiders, they're stuck in this average space, and they never are shitty enough to get a good draft pick to build off of, and they're never good enough to like actually make a run in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're miserably average.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
That's it.
I don't think they're looking down. I don't think they're looking up.
They're definitely not looking up.
I think they're just like perpetually 8-8.
They might just make the playoffs again next year.
For like the rest of eternity, they can't go 8-8 because it's 17 games now, but
9
and 7.
That's still 8-8.
They'll go 9 and 7.
8
for the rest of eternity, and some years that'll be good enough to make the playoffs. 9 and 8.
God damn it!
Not math, guys.
All right.
Full disclaimer.
Moving on.
You get the idea.
Yeah, we get the idea.
Next,
Patriots. That was one of the worst losses I've seen, especially considering that Patriots were probably the best defense year round. To lose to the Bills like that,
pretty nuts. I
mean, that was the greatest quarterback performance of all time by Josh Allen. Probably one of them.
I mean, they didn't.
He threw more touchdowns than had incompletions.
They scored on every drive.
They scored on every drive,
right?
Yeah.
So against one of that was like a 20-year nut that had built up in the Buffalo sack that
was a win I could have not helped but
watching that
shit was just
I felt good for Buffalo.
Me too.
For that. Can you imagine being Brady watching Bill in the cold and rain in Buffalo?
They say Bill is the greatest coach of all time, but
that wouldn't have happened with Tom.
Yeah, with that defense.
I don't know how, but it wouldn't have happened.
You've already
with
beat
Tom.
That team before too, huh?
Tick, 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 tick.
So
tick,
you know what it takes to win at that point, to beat that team. You've won with Mac Jones year round.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're promising, though. I mean, they're going to be back in the playoffs next year, probably.
It's confusing. The Mac Jones is confusing. They're a confusing team, just like the Raiders. I don't know what to say.
I don't know.
Keep that defense, and probably good things will happen eventually.
Yeah.
Probably keep.
Agreed. Get some more receivers that can score touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one. Number 3, Eagles. I have a take.
I'll defer to you.
I have a take. The best position right now that they're in out of all the NFC East teams.
That's true. That's true.
3 first-round picks.
That's true.
With all lower than 18.
With a developing Jalen Hurts.
A lot of cap space.
I will agree with that.
I think Jalen Hurts is solid. They have a coach that's learning how to coach. He's not there yet. But
if they can make the I know things in the NFL change very quickly, but if they can make the playoffs with this Eagles team against that Cowboys team from this year, I don't see why they don't continue winning the NFC East every year until New York does.
If Jalen Hurts keeps developing, he's a great leader.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why not.
As long as the division remains shitty, unless, like I said, New York or Washington do something really drastic. If they can make the playoffs with this Cowboys team, I don't know if Dallas is going to get a better shot than this.
They suck.
They're not there, and then the other two are in deep shit for years to come.
The Commanders. Yeah, no, I'm good. Speaking of the Cowboys, number 4 Cowboys.
you're in trouble. Bad news.
Overrated stars.
I mean,
Decent young talent.
I'll put it this way. If you get me to believe in the Dallas Cowboys and then you break my expectation for the Dallas Cowboys,
oh, yeah.
you're really, like, this was it. Never for the rest of my life will I ever trust the Cowboys, nor do I think the Cowboys will ever do anything.
Bro, Bengals won a playoff game before. Like, Cowboys could even, like, sniff.
What is it? Burrow has more playoff wins than the Cowboys in the last, like, 20 years or something?
Some shit like that.
It's bad, and this was your best shot. I mean, what do you do? I don't know what...
Their quarterback is, like, just good enough.
Like, I'm at a loss for words.
This is what it is.
Dallas
Ready?
Cowboys.
Quarterback is just good enough. The wide receivers are great, but, I mean... I physically don't understand what the deal is, like, passing. Maybe the quarterback isn't good enough. Maybe Dak Prescott isn't good enough. And then you have Zeke, who's clearly the number 2 running back, but getting played like a number 1 or running back. Yeah. Tony Pollard should be the number 1.
Mike McCarthy.
He's an idiot.
Questionable.
But I don't even think it's Mike McCarthy. It's the bad salary. It's bad contract distribution. Like, they don't have enough to, like, build around because they just overpay players.
Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Hard Knocks curse. I forgot all about that one during the season. Hard Knocks curse. They're cursed by money. They're cursed by Jerry Jones. They're cursed by that building.
We should start talking about a Cowboys curse. What's the Cowboys curse? The homosexual?
That money. The Cowboys. Let's see. What happened in Dallas? JFK? JFK would have been a Patriots fan if they had existed.
What happened like 20 years ago in Dallas?
Okay. 20 years ago.
Natural disasters.
2001.
Died?
A tornado. JFK. That was 1963.
Anyways. You're going to be stuck in thought. Cowboys curse, though.
I can't figure it out. Yeah, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
Sorry.
Number 5, a team that I don't think is as fucked, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Here we go. I don't know. That is correct. I don't think the Steelers are as fucked as the Cowboys. It appears we are going to keep Deontay Johnson. It appears we are going to trade Chase Claypool. It appears we're going to keep the defense relatively intact.
Joe Hayden?
It's
Joe Hayden leaving. That's a big contract.
I don't know anything about Joe Hayden.
Expiring contract. A lot of money. Can probably replace Joe Hayden, to be fair.
Easily replace Joe Hayden. As long as we keep the defense, as long as we keep the front together.
Juju will be back.
Maybe.
Juju will be back.
I just saw. Did you see what I sent?
No.
Juju said, direct quote. They asked him about his friendship with Dak Prescott, and he said, "I wouldn't mind catching balls from him here." Which, first of all, pause.
Here.
Pause, bro.
Here.
No, I think he was referring to going to Dallas, but I'm more talking about he's catching balls.
Yeah. We get it.
That fell flat. That's
shitty joke.
Crickets. But I don't care if Juju stays or goes. He's a fun guy, but on the field, I don't know if we necessarily need him. Deontay is obviously the number 1 guy. Deontay and Najee, and
you're gonna need Juju or Claypool. If I'm the Steelers, why would I trade Claypool or get rid of Juju?
Well, you could get something for them.
Like
and I think Claypool.
Deshaun Watson. Would you?
No.
Would you want Deshaun Watson on?
I'd have
the
to.
Steelers?
I'd have to not be a Steelers fan. I think I couldn't make an excuse again.
Okay, so quick thought experiment again. Another one this episode. Give me your top 3 quarterbacks for the Steelers in order.
For the Steelers in order.
Yeah. Because it has to come out of like free agency or a trade.
No, I can't say draft.
You're gonna pick Kenny Pickett, but there's no way unless the Steelers trade up, and that's not happening.
So I'm not taking Kenny Pickett. One, he went to Pitt. Two, he has the smallest hands of any quarterback in the draft.
If there's a quarterback that you think would fall, but like most likely, like Corral's not falling.
Corral, Howell, or Malik Willis from Liberty would be interesting.
Realistically, you want to win now, guy.
I don't know if that's
like Rodgers.
Like,
would you want Rodgers, Carr, Garoppolo?
No, okay. I was gonna say first and foremost,
Russell Wilson potentially.
First and foremost, keep Jimmy Garoppolo as far away from me as possible. No, thank you. He's a good meme.
Christian finna bust a nut if he sees Jimmy G in a Steelers jersey.
He's a good meme, but dude would be playing like Jimmy G right now and in the next couple years is like a 50-year-old Big Ben, except Jimmy G is like 28 or 29.
Hey, he wins games.
30. I don't know. I guess it's Rodgers, Wilson, Carr. I guess.
I could see
because I don't know. Because I don't know. I haven't looked at any of the draft like order stuff, but I would love to get Matt Corral or Sam Howell. I do know that.
Or Kenny Pickett.
I don't want Kenny Pickett.
Because he's a pig guy?
Because he's a pig guy. It would be annoying. I think he's overrated.
I agree. That fake slide is so bullshit.
I don't want Pickett.
Okay.
I will say Derek Carr is like the woke take on like the Steelers like message boards and shit, like Steelers Reddit and like forums and Twitter and all kinds of shit like that. Derek Carr is like if you bring up like Aaron Rodgers in like the Steelers Reddit, everybody like if you bring up like Wilson or Rodgers, everybody's like, okay, sure, buddy, dream on or whatever. So people have walked back the takes to Derek Carr where it's like, ooh, we could get excited about this, and it's realistic.
And he's not
right.
He's not that sweet.
I mean, he would have been better than Ben this year.
That's anything.
Like
my dick would have been
like
better
this
than Ben.
team. Like this team making it to the playoffs with Ben. Imagine if they had Derek Carr, they could make some noise.
Serena Williams,
for real,
passing the ball with a tennis racket would be better.
And Russell Wilson's not coming because Ciara doesn't want to move to Pittsburgh. She wants to go to Miami or something.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
But anyways,
moving on. Number 6, Cardinals.
What's the problem with the Cardinals?
Kyler Murray.
You're the Cardinals.
As a Kyler Murray stan, I'm a stan.
Big time.
I'm a big Kyler Murray stan. But I'm kind of getting alarmed.
Sources inside the Noah facility are getting alarmed at Kyler Murray's production.
If you actually think about it,
I'm thinking.
Kyler Murray, best quarterback in the league before week 8.
Yes. Just like
Kyler Murray, top 10 worst quarterbacks in the league after week 8.
Was he the worst? Was he like
he's
top
one of
10
the worst?
worst?
His QBR is really bad, but this is where it gets interesting. The year before, he got injured in week 8, and this year he got injured in week 9.
That's alarming, as you would say.
It's alarming. Okay, here's what it is. The dude can't do anything if he can't run the ball. He can't physically play like a full season running the way he does.
That's a good take.
So, like, what makes me believe... So, either his play style is going to change and he's going to become irrelevant in the second half of every season, or he changes his style and then they just suck.
That's a tough one because, like, you could kind of imagine... I'm thinking about running quarterbacks. I know it's probably cliche to turn to, like, Lamar Jackson, whatever, but you can imagine Lamar Jackson as a gunslinger. Kyler.
I can't imagine Lamar Jackson as a gunslinger, but you know what is way more realistic? Lamar Jackson not getting hurt for a full season. Lamar Jackson's built like a lot heavier than
True.
Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's built like a little Lego.
Kyler looks like he's top heavy. He's very top heavy, which is not great for football.
And dude doesn't watch film. It keeps getting worse.
He just games, dude.
He just games. He doesn't watch film.
He's an introvert.
So like
he's an introvert and an empath who likes to game. He's the first Gen Z quarterback.
He's the first. Okay, I'm not 100% off the Kyler Murray train, but I'm starting to like drop him a lot. And I'll tell you one thing: if that motherfucker falls to me in round 8 fantasy draft, I'm picking him every time. Because I can guarantee you, like, get some good trade value before week 8.
I mean, that is true. With that in your back pocket, knowing that the Cardinals and Kyler Murray are just gonna fall off a cliff in week 9.
Yeah.
The week 7 QB swap.
Hey, week 7, I'll be like, hey yo, let me get Joe Mixon.
Good idea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And do a little swap at Rooskies.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Cardinals.
That's the Cardinals.
Tough. They had all the pieces, man.
They had all the overrated pieces. Some overrated pieces. J.J. Watt, but he was injured the whole season.
J.J. Watt aging. DeAndre Hopkins.
He was injured the whole season too.
James
That
Conner.
might be another thing too. Kyler didn't play with DeAndre Hopkins like, all season long.
What happened to Christian Kirk this year?
He was pretty good. He was really good.
He wasn't like last year. He was like
He was good.
He was doing cool things.
He did cool things this year. You missed it.
Okay.
You just missed it.
All
right.
never mind.
Next team, the Titans. What was my take? Titans was one of the worst playoff teams.
Yeah. I don't think they were one of the worst playoff teams, but
I think they were.
I think they weren't.
Okay.
Agree to disagree.
Okay, something we can agree on.
Idiot.
Titans getting that far with the talent that they had, it kind of shows how important coaching is.
True.
Mike Vrabel.
True.
Best coach in the league? Maybe. Top.
Mike Tomlin won.
No.
Mike Tomlin won.
No.
Belichick 2.
Sean McVay won.
Sean McVay 3.
Sean McVay won.
Kyle Shanahan 4.
Kyle Shanahan 4?
Vrabel 5.
That's stupid. Disagree.
Anyways.
But yeah, I think they'll be a playoff team unless Vrabel dies or retires.
Perpetually.
Yeah.
If they have they
don't need Derrick Henry.
If they're good enough.
Yeah.
They got Vrabes.
Tannehill's trash. They need a new quarterback. But
we officially. Did you hear the news?
What?
That with that playoff game, he's officially just Tannehill. We removed the Texas A&M from his name.
No more Texas A&M Tannehill.
He can earn it back, but he's going to have to impress me in order to get back the moniker of Texas A&M Tannehill. From now on, it's just Tannehill.
Yes, sir.
So, got to make a note of that.
All right, 4 more.
Who's next?
Last 4.
Good teams.
Packers.
Are we talking about the 2 teams we don't talk about?
No.
Okay, they're not on the list?
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Packers,
you're fucked also.
You're actually
so
Monte's leaving.
Fucked.
Rodgers leaving.
They're done.
Jordan Love is your quarterback.
Everybody is done.
I went to the Packers Reddit.
It's over.
And everybody's so excited about Jordan Love.
Oh, that's sad. That's so sad.
That is so sad.
That's so sad.
They're like, it's Jordan Love season now. It's Jordan Love season.
That's so cringe.
It's like, okay.
Oh, that's horrible. I feel so bad for them. It's not. It really isn't.
Dude, I think they might miss the playoffs for like a really long time.
It's pretty bad. Realistically, where's Rodgers going? We can segue this. Where's he going?
Broncos.
Denver.
His wife lives there.
I think it makes sense.
Or some shit.
Well, did you hear the news?
What's the news?
That it's his fiance.
Or his fiance.
So some guy at Barstool heard from the friend of the personal chef of Aaron Rodgers' fiance that she rented an apartment in Pittsburgh. That's fresh off the
Is that actual news?
The ticker.
Is that bullshit or
yes.
Is this...
No, I'm serious.
That's kind of crazy.
I mean, that's like 5 degrees of separation, but
that's kind of crazy.
That's a rumor that's going around. But I think it's bullshit. I think he's going to go to Denver because I think he's going to go to Denver because he can smoke weed and be like a weird guy.
Javonte Williams stock.
Up.
Javonte Williams.
Up. The new Aaron Jones? Nah, he's not really like that.
He's way better.
Really?
Yeah, dude, he's sick. He has way more potential to be better.
Where's Aaron Jones going to go?
Packers.
Oh, he's going to stay?
Yeah.
Where's Devontae Adams going to go?
The Broncos.
The Broncos?
Yeah, they're going to sign both of them.
Dude.
That's like the rumor right now is Rodgers and Devontae going to the Broncos.
AFC West.
And think of that receiving core. Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Adams, and that tight end Noah Fant.
There's no way they can afford
they can.
to pay all those guys.
They
can.
Can
They really?
Yeah. And with their defense and their offensive line, a decent offensive line.
I mean, with Von Miller and Aqib Talib, who knows? Yeah, I mean, seriously, who knows what's going to happen?
All right, off the Packers.
Okay, sorry, Packers.
About the Broncos.
Bye-bye.
Buccaneers.
Wait, the very last thing I'll say, the NFC North, I think, has just become, like, the most trash division in the history of football.
They're so bad.
Like, that's, like, the Vikings lost, what's-his-face, lost their coach, the Lions are horrible, the Bears... You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. You excited?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
It's no longer the NFC East.
Oh, that's true. The NFC Beast is back. The NFC North is
the
bad.
Commanders.
So sorry about that. Buccaneers. What about them?
Down bad. Down bad. Buccaneers.
All these teams are down bad. They can't not all these teams can possibly be like who's going to be good? Who's going to be good next year?
The Broncos.
Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers comes in.
Bengals.
Colts potentially go in.
Bengals.
Eagles are still up there.
Bills will be good.
Bills will be good. Yeah, it's definitely Raiders might be. Raiders might make the playoffs. That's why it's definitely possible. A sneaky, shitty team like the Texans.
Patriots. Somebody will turn it around.
Yeah, somebody will turn it around. There's always like...
I got it.
What?
I got it. Because the actual most fucked up division, this can segue us.
Okay.
Going to the playoffs next year, winning their division, the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
No Sean Payton.
Okay.
No Matt Rule. No Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Their division is a dumpster fire. Matt Ryan. All their pieces are back.
Cordell Patterson.
They got all the dudes.
No, that's the worst division in football.
That's the worst division.
That's the worst
Next year.
Goddamn.
Next year, I mean.
Who's going to be the Buccaneers quarterback?
Jimmy G.
What a downgrade.
But, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the Matt Ryan, like, it'll be his last, like, hurrah next year.
Will
like, he'll
Calvin
go crazy.
Ridley be back?
Maybe, if he can.
I think he retires.
I'm not going to joke about that.
I think he retires.
Really?
I hope he's good.
I mean, you don't know the guy. I think
he
really
retires. Nobody goes away for that long, and he's going to like Larry Sanders.
I think the point was to get right so that he doesn't retire.
Maybe.
Right? Like maybe
at that point it's just getting right. It's not like to not retire, it's just getting right.
I'll have to look at their draft position to see if they can get anybody sweet.
They probably could get somebody.
They're probably up there. If you think about it though, other than like Ridley, if Ridley leaves, a sophomore slump, what's his face? I don't know. I don't actually know if they do have enough pieces to be good. You know what I mean?
Maybe not.
I don't know. But anyways,
next on the list, Bills. We already talked about them a little bit. They're good.
I think they'll be fine.
I think they're fine.
I think they're fine. I think probably Josh Allen will probably win a Super Bowl eventually, but
at some point.
But I think that people should probably cool it. I think he might be a late career Super Bowl kind of guy. I really,
the best quarterback in the league.
Like this is tough.
He's the best QB in the league
in the upcoming years. I mean,
right now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. The Bills, they're good. Chiefs, overrated. I don't think they can afford to pay everybody.
This is hard if you're a Chiefs fan because, like somebody pointed out, Chiefs acted like they won 3 Super Bowls when they only had 1.
Bruh, they think they're also in L.A. whenever they're, like, in Kansas City.
That's true.
They act like they're, like Hype House or, like,
I mean, they have been
TikTokers.
I mean, they have been, like, the most, like, they're fun.
Are they?
They're, like, yeah.
Fuck the Chiefs, dude.
Like, they, like you're never going to come off of this, but they do have probably the most talented quarterback in the league. Talented. I said talented. Don't jump all over me.
I think Josh Allen's more talented.
I said talented. I said
Josh Allen's more talented.
The Chiefs do cool stuff. Like they're a cool. Like whether it would be a lot of fun to play for the Chiefs. It would. Like when I was picking teams on Madden, should have played as the Chiefs because it's fun.
It's not fun.
It's fun.
It's really not fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's futuristic football.
CEH is fun.
I don't like him.
It's hard to like anybody on that team.
I think
Travis Kelce is a.
Travis Kelce.
He's basically blackfacing.
Is going down a slippery slope.
He is.
I'll tell him that. I'll say that much.
We're a Chet Hanks. He's Chet Hanks.
He's getting real close.
Him and Chet Hanks are so close to like each other. It's crazy.
Dude, Travis Kelce with a patois accent after like winning
Hey, Wagwan. Yeah, we get it.
I'm not gonna do the voice. I don't want to do the voice, but
anyways, Chiefs,
you get the idea.
Chiefs overrated, and to finish them off, the San Francisco 69ers.
Oh baby,
Debo is might be the most electric player in the league.
they got a lot of
he's fun to watch.
The Niners have a lot of. I think the Niners have the most dogs per capita of any team in the league.
But that also leads to injuries.
Like, I mean, sure. Well, no, there was something wrong. That was a cursed facility, like the last year and a half. But
they've been getting fucked.
Debo,
he's so sick.
Dog. Kittle,
dog.
Everybody on that defense. Dog. Mitchell.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Ask Aaron Andrews. Dog. They got a lot of dogs on that team. It's they're hard nosed. Will they be good in the future? I really don't know. Like, are they gonna for the last 3 years? Like they've been to 1 Super Bowl and 1 NFC Championship game in the last 3 years. None of those years could I have ever told you if they were good or not, and I still don't know if they're good or not.
They might be.
Like I guess you can't argue with it.
They'll be in the playoffs next year, probably.
Like, probably.
Trey Lance is a dog.
How's that division going to be? That was supposed to be the best division. Remember, like this year?
Yeah, I mean,
how's that division going to be this year? I mean, next year.
I think it'll be pretty
everybody,
good.
Like Rams will be good.
Yeah,
the Cardinals would be competitive.
Yeah,
will the Seahawks be back?
Yeah, at some point. It depends if what happens with Russ. I think that's like the biggest thing. It's like
right. That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know. Good question.
Excuse me, getting sleepy. Are we transitioning?
Yeah, we are transitioning. It's now your turn to take over.
Excuse me. Ooh. Excuse me again. That one icy lights got me.
Hit me
all fired up. So, as Noah turns on college basketball here on the TV, I wanted to do a little action to bring us into the college basketball season. With only one football game left, it is that time of year that I think everybody starts turning their heads a little bit towards college basketball. You know, who's good, what's going on, how am I going to fill out my bracket?
If you don't know anything about college basketball, this is perfect because you can learn with me.
That's the whole point. I like college basketball probably more than the average person. I follow it more than the average person, more than I probably should. Noah hasn't paid attention to almost any college basketball all year. Same as you, probably the listener, I'm guessing. Most people with normal lives, happy lives. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the major conferences, and I'm going to have Noah guess. You want to do the top 5 or the top 4 teams in each power
5
conference?
or 4, doesn't matter. I'm not going to get a single one.
You're going to get some, but I think this will be fun because, like, when I tell you, like, when I was reviewing this and I was trying to get into your mind state, like,
I need like a list of teams and conferences.
There's a bunch of these that are going to blow your fucking mind.
I need like a list of teams and conferences. But yeah, we can go ahead and start.
That kind of ruins it. I thought you would know these.
No, I'm just saying, just
as
in
a journalist. Let me pull it up. Okay.
Where are we starting?
Okay, we'll go. Don't look, first and foremost, motherfucker.
I'm not.
Are you looking up
just
the Atlantic 10?
I'm not looking.
We're not going to do you really? You want to do the Atlantic 10?
No, we don't want to do. Where are we starting with? ACC?
Okay. The American. We won't do the top teams in the American, but
okay.
Who's like first place in the American?
Who's at first place in the American? I'm going to go with Memphis.
No. Tough year for
Cincinnati.
Memphis. No. It's pretty easy. Houston. So Houston is number 6 in the country. They only have 2 losses, one to Alabama, one to another good team, I'm pretty sure. Houston, Final Four last year, and they're rolling again.
They're still pretty good.
No signs of stopping. I think, yeah, Houston's pretty good. They played a lot of good non-conference games.
We're gonna look for Houston.
So look for Houston, number 6 in the country. ACC.
This one I feel like is pretty tough.
ACC is garbage this year. Bad ACC. Conference.
We're going at 5. I'm gonna go 5. Duke.
No, but they are in the top 5.
Okay, I'm gonna go North Carolina 5.
No, but they are in the top 5. Okay, so you got 2.
So Clemson.
No.
God damn. See, like, I can't even. I'm blanking on like conference names.
At what point do you want me to just give them to you?
So I have Duke at 2.
You have Duke and North Carolina.
North Carolina's probably at 3.
They're 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Duke, North Carolina, respectively.
Okay. ACC. I'm just horrible at remembering teams. That's Big Ten.
So let me just give it to you because the ACC is tough because they're pretty. The ACC is very down this year.
Okay.
It goes from 5 to 1. Wake Forest.
I was going to say Wake Forest, but I said Big Ten.
Wake Forest has dipped a little bit, but made a great run at the beginning of the season.
I was thinking Purdue.
Notre Dame.
I always forget their ACC basketball.
Garbage team. North Carolina Duke. The number 1 team in the ACC is Miami.
What the fuck?
Upset Duke.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They upset Duke the other day. They are 8-2 in conference and 16-5 overall, unranked.
Oh, so they're not that good.
No, they're good. I mean, they've gotten some good wins. They beat North Carolina, they beat Wake Forest, teams like that. So, teams to look out for realistically in the ACC, I would say Miami is a sleeper. I would say we'll see what let's see if Wake Forest can pick it up. I think Notre Dame is garbage. I think North Carolina could probably do something just because they're North Carolina. Whatever.
All right.
The Big 12.
Big 12.
I know you know all these teams.
I know these teams, but the top 10 is going to be really hard.
Top 5.
Top 5. I know we're not in it.
Correct.
Kansas State's not in it.
Correct.
TCU's not in it.
Correct.
Oklahoma State is.
Incorrect.
Huh?
TCU is in.
TCU is in?
Yes.
What are they, 4?
Yeah.
Okay, TCU at 4. Oklahoma State is in.
Is not.
Okay. Oklahoma has to be in.
Name the 2 at the top. This is easy.
Kansas is 1.
Yeah.
And then Oklahoma, I guess, is 2. Texas is 2.
Baylor.
Oh, I forgot about Baylor.
Baylor.
Was good. They were number 4 when they
They're
played
number
us.
8. They're number 8.
Yeah, sorry.
They're number 8 in the country. They're 19-3. They're Baylor's rolling again.
Oklahoma's in there though.
It's not like nope. It goes Texas, TCU, Texas Tech, Baylor, Kansas. So
it's so tough.
I think Texas is trash. Severely overrated. I think Texas Tech is better than they were last year, which is insane because
they lost.
Chris Beard left.
Chris Beard.
But a lot of the dudes decided to stay, and they're sweet. They still have like Santos Silva. They still have O'Banner. They still have McCullough.
I'll root for them. I'll root for them. I'm a big Texas Tech guy.
Chris Beard last night went back to Texas Tech for the first time. They lost. They beat their ass. Yeah, Texas Tech beat Texas last night.
Let's fucking go.
It was a big deal. Yeah, Texas Tech is pretty cool. They play like a Chris Beard team too. They're like ferocious.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Big Ten.
Big East.
Oh, Big East. Creighton.
No.
Seton Hall.
No.
Are you fucking kidding me? Villanova.
Swear to God. Yeah.
Number 1.
Number 2.
What?
I've talked about the number 1 team in the Big East. I'm a huge this team guy. No, I'm a huge this team guy this year.
Oh, fuck. You did talk about this.
Super cool head coach.
They're blue team.
Well, no. I mean, that's 8 of the 10 teams in the Big East are blue teams, but this is actually one of them that's not.
Oh, Seton Hall.
Jesus Christ, you already said Seton Hall.
No, with St. John's.
Providence.
They're blue?
Providence is not blue.
I'm colorblind.
Providence and St. John's are the only non-blue teams in the Big East.
Providence is blue.
Think about it. Villanova, blue and light blue. UConn, blue and red. Marquette, blue and yellow.
I don't need a history lesson.
No, but it's crazy. I feel like people don't consider it.
Okay. Yeah. So Big East is
You can't name another team besides Providence and Villanova.
I used them all. I said DePaul.
Like I said,
Seton Hall,
Xavier, Marquette, UConn, Villanova,
St. John's,
Providence. That's the top 5.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I'm just really bad at remembering names. This is like we got the one game that has all the has a bunch of shit you have to like say in like 5 seconds or less.
Right.
You have to name 3 things in 5 seconds. I can't do that.
Wordle.
It's like that. I don't know what the Wordle is.
I don't either.
I don't fucking get it. It's like green squares.
The green squares that
if
you
someone
text
could
people.
explain Wordle to me and not in a non-condescending way, because everybody that has explained the Wordle to me and has been in a condescending way, please hit my line because I'd love to learn what a Wordle is.
Big Ten.
I want to say Purdue's up there. They're good. They're 1.
Big time. No.
Or 2.
So the top 5 all has 2 or 3 losses. So basically,
Iowa.
All these teams. No.
Really?
Yes.
God damn.
I told you, dude. I told you. You got a lot to learn. I mean, welcome back, but
Ohio State's not going to be in there.
They are. How
God
are you
damn
so
it.
bad at this? This is actually remarkable.
I
to
haven't
me.
paid attention at
This
all.
This is remarkable to me.
So I have Purdue. I know Purdue's good because I've seen it in the news.
Purdue is low key
the best.
my guys, like my pick.
Low key, it's going to be a red team, and I'm going to go by Nebraska.
Are you kidding me?
Wisconsin. I was just kidding.
Holy shit! Nebraska 0-11 in conference, 6-16 overall.
No, I meant to say Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, numero tres.
Yes.
All right.
Wisconsin.
So Wisconsin is third. You got Wisconsin, Ohio State, and Purdue. So name 1 and 2 in the Big Ten.
Michigan State.
Yes.
Is 1.
Is 2. Who's number 1 in the Big Ten? Because of a tiebreaker against Michigan State, a game that we watched.
Who played in that game? Michigan State. It wasn't Iowa. God damn, dude.
Everybody was wearing blue and orange. Illinois. Jesus, God in heaven.
God damn it. I always forget they exist.
So, Illinois, Michigan State, Wisconsin, Purdue. And in the Big Ten...
Things we like to see, Michigan's not in.
Michigan stinks.
That's
they stink.
Awesome.
They stink, which is...
Juwan Howard
which is
out.
Wild. Out at... Oh, look who it is.
Oscar Tshiebwe.
Oscar Tshiebwe on the TV. This was a terrible game to put on. You should have put on the Marquette Villanova game. I was going to mention that. Big one in the Big East tonight.
That's awesome.
Marquette Villanova, and then Wisconsin Illinois. So
right.
Moving on.
Send me to what is it next?
Send you to your death.
Pac-10.
This is bad. Ivy League, go.
Ivy League, Harvard.
Can you name? How about let's do this as a game? Can you name the 8 Ivy League schools? Go.
Harvard. Navy.
This is gonna be so bad. Never mind.
No, I can do it.
I
can do it.
No,
Harvard.
forget it.
I bet them. I used to bet Ivy
Harvard.
League. The Bear, Cornell.
The Bear team.
The Bear team.
Yeah, Cornell.
You
got 2. Who's Harvard's rival?
Yeah, Yale.
Yale.
Starts with a B. Brown.
Yeah.
Fuck, this is a lot harder than I thought.
What do you want me to give you? Like nicknames?
Yeah.
Or like colors?
If you give me nicknames.
Lions.
Nah, give me colors.
The one in New York City.
New
Columbia.
Do
you know what Columbia?
Blue.
Do you know Columbia?
They're blue. Yeah, I knew Columbia after you named it.
What about the green one?
The green one. That's a good point. I don't know. If you name it, I'll know it.
Dartmouth.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
What about the Quakers? In Philly.
If you name it, I'll know it.
Penn. I would hope.
Penn.
I would hope that you would know.
They're in Ivy League.
The University of Pennsylvania.
I didn't know they were in Ivy League. Actually.
And then the Tigers.
I knew they play. Yeah, I know the orange and black. Fucking. What's their goddamn? They're orange and black, right? And it's like Princeton.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
That was a good one.
Sorry.
Okay.
So I knew 5.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, I didn't know Penn was. I didn't know Penn.
Princeton, Yale, Harvard.
I didn't know Penn.
Yeah, that's a sneaky one.
That's a sneaky one.
Sounds like a state school.
I know they play each other in
like
the Parthenon.
The
what is it called? The fucking
the pavilion.
The pavilion.
Or the
It's a P
shit.
word.
Wait, I
It's
don't know what
word.
it is.
Yeah, you're fucking laughing.
They play
Villanova.
All the.
All right. God damn, my brain. Jesus Christ. This is like the most thinking I've done in like 5 hours.
Just naming. The Palestra.
The Palestra.
Parthenon
is the Greece shit. God damn it.
That's correct. Fuck, I lost my place. That's so funny.
Ivy League.
Mountain West. There's
Mountain West. I know teams in the Mountain West.
Okay.
Boise's at 1.
Yes, sir.
Wyoming.
Yes, 2.
Colorado.
Keep going, baby. Colorado.
4.
Colorado.
State. Montana.
Harrison Moore. Navy SEAL.
That's not a good hint.
Phillip Rivers.
San Diego.
State.
They're in the Mountain West?
Yeah, they're in the Mountain West.
See, I wouldn't have guessed they were in the Mountain West. I thought they were in, like, something else. So I got 1 and 2. That's actually pretty sick.
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, just skip. Next.
The last... Okay, so... Oh, not the last one, but the worst. Well, actually, no. The ACC is probably worse. I don't know. Pac-12 and the ACC are pretty bad this year. But
Stanford.
Go. No.
USC is good.
Mm-hmm. I think they're kind of trash.
No, but like I know
but
by
they're in the top.
The news.
Yeah, they're in the top.
UCLA.
Yeah, they're number 3 in the country, actually.
Pac-12. Oregon is decent.
Yep.
Oregon's
they're
decent.
they're surging back again.
That's
they always make the tournament.
Is Cal good?
No. Not at all.
So I have USC, Oregon. What's another good one? Honestly, I'd brain fart.
Traditional.
Washington State.
No. So Washington is 5th. They're not very good though. But then the number 2 team, sort of a traditional Pac-12 power, sort of. Produced a lot of NBA talent in the early 2000s.
Yeah, that's why I'm just having a brain fart. I'm just bad at naming teams.
Richard Jefferson.
Dude, am I an idiot, bro? I have a sports podcast.
Check this out.
You're gonna piss me off, aren't you?
No, I'm gonna tell you
all the NBA players from this place.
Well, so the answer is Arizona.
God damn. I always forget they exist.
The answer is Arizona.
I forget it. So what's the deal? What are you doing?
Hold on.
You trying to hate on me?
No. Listen, it's crazy.
Okay.
No, it's super interesting. You wouldn't expect this.
Okay.
Andre Iguodala, Steve Kerr, Luke Walton, Richard Jefferson, Jason Terry, Channing Frye, Damon Amari Stoudemire, Gilbert Arenas, DeAndre Ayton, Mike Bibby, Stanley Johnson.
All right, we get it.
Jordan Hill.
We get it. Stop
Lauri
naming.
Markkanen.
Stop.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. That pisses me off.
Why does that piss you? Why?
Because I should have known it.
All
right, just go to the SEC.
Aaron Gordon.
All right, go to the SEC.
That's a lot of dudes.
That is a lot of dudes.
For Arizona, that's a lot of dudes.
That's a lot of dudes.
You know?
Like, just one of those is a retired WVU jersey.
Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Oh, Black.
They love him in West Virginia, just packing heat in the locker room.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The SEC, the number 1 team in the country, is in the SEC. You can cheat if you want because it's not Kentucky.
Alabama.
Who's the number 1 team? I'm going to hit you. Who's the number 1 team in the country right now in college basketball?
I couldn't tell you. I haven't watched.
I'm going to hit you.
I haven't watched. Am I going to be an idiot right here?
I'm going to hit you.
If I had the teams in front of me, I could tell you. I just need to visualize what it looks like. I'm so bad at this shit.
We should have factored this in.
We should have factored this in. Number 1 team in the country.
They're 21-1.
Who the fuck is in the SEC?
Their only loss is to UConn.
Who's in the SEC? Like, can I get a list of names? Because God damn. List of... Because I want to get this right. I know list...
They average 80 points per game.
Of SEC teams. Let me see.
A lot of teams, dude.
That is a lot of teams. It's definitely the number 1 team in the league.
Okay, process of elimination.
It's not Alabama.
You're correct.
It's not Georgia.
Correct.
It's not LSU.
Correct.
It's not Texas A&M.
Correct.
It's not Florida.
Yep.
It's not Tennessee.
It's not Tennessee.
It's not Missouri.
Absolutely not.
It's not Ole Miss.
It's not Ole Miss.
It's not South Carolina.
Nope.
It's not Mississippi State, and it's not Vanderbilt.
So that's only 2 teams you didn't name.
Arkansas and Auburn.
Go. Say it.
I know the Muss. The Muss.
21. This team is 21-1
Auburn.
and averages
Auburn.
80 points per game.
I knew Auburn was good. See, like, I wouldn't have been able to name that if I didn't have a list.
Bruce Pearl just got signed to a lifetime contract.
Dude, they're sick.
He makes more money than the new football coach at Auburn.
Yeah, that's sick.
How nuts is that?
See, I knew without cheating.
They're legit. And they're legit.
So I have Auburn, Kentucky's 2.
Yeah. Sorry, let me bring it up.
Kentucky's 2. Arkansas's in there.
Barely, but yes.
They're at 5.
So they're 5. 2 more. I really don't think you're going to get this. I really don't think you're going to get this.
Vanderbilt?
No.
Tennessee?
Yeah. And then the last one you're not going to get.
Missouri.
Because I wouldn't guess this in a million years.
Georgia.
Mississippi State.
What the fuck?
Which is wild.
Holy hell. Fair play, dude.
It's wild because you have Alabama and LSU sitting outside that, despite the fact that they're, according to Lenardi, in the tournament, Mississippi State out of the tournament.
What the hell? He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Very weird.
So
that's what we should have done. We should have broken down the bracket rankings.
My ass, I need to study up because this is embarrassing.
Just start watching some ball, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to get back into it. Hey, we learn with me. This is proof that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right. Notes. That's college basketball.
What a ride that was.
What a ride. That was fucking too much for me. I should have prepped. This is why I should have prepped.
No, that was a rule.
That was a rule. I wasn't allowed to see anything college basketball. And it's clear that I have not.
It's very clear that you did what I requested. And
the minimal research.
I figured that'd be pretty easy if I told you, hey, we're going to do this segment. Don't do anything for it.
I would have totally done. You would have thought I would have done something
no.
for it.
Right.
Respect.
I knew you wouldn't.
Top 5 quarterbacks all time. Holy fuck.
I'm exhausted.
I am exhausted too. That hurt my brain. We were going to do a quick top 5 for you, but that was like the worst segment we've ever done in my life.
So
that was horrible.
I think it was fine.
I'm fried, dude.
I had fun.
I'm glad you had fun.
Because I was watching you kind of like...
That's a struggle. If you guys are just listening to it, I think you should get the visual.
He's sweating.
I'm sweating. I have a fucking long sleeve shirt on and a hoodie. I wish I took both off.
For the camera.
Like my eyes are heavy. All right, we were gonna do a segment to round out the podcast, and since Tom Brady's retiring, I thought it would be, Christian thought it would be a perfect time to talk about the top 5 quarterbacks in our lifetime, and I think this is could be a great segment. I'm excited about it.
Don't have to spend too much time.
We don't have to spend too much time on this. It doesn't require too much thought either, and yeah. Christian, you want to snake it?
I don't have. I don't have much. I don't have stats. I don't
have stats either.
I kind of just did this based on how I'm feeling.
I don't have stats either. This is a feeling-based thing too.
You go first.
I'd like to give 2 honorable mentions to people I was going to put in.
Okay.
Mike Vick.
Yep.
Was one I thought about putting in, but I didn't really. Oh, this is basically any quarterback after 2000. By the way, I was going to put in Mike Vick.
Yeah, so in our lifetimes.
In our lifetime, but we have to remember them playing.
Noah didn't allow me to sneak John Elway in there.
Yeah, I didn't.
So.
And Donovan McNabb. I thought about putting McNabb in there too, but I decided not to, and I'm going to go at 5. Russell Wilson.
Okay. I was wondering what you were going to do.
Yeah, 5 Russell Wilson. I think he deserves to be in there. I think over some people, he definitely deserved to be. You'll hear after my next take who he deserved to be over. But, yeah, Russell Wilson's definitely 5 for me, I think. He's up there. But, yeah.
My number 5 is Drew Brees.
Okay.
I did it. I did the thing. I put Brees in there. 2nd all-time yards.
You have to.
Second all-time yards. One. He's got the ring. I don't know what else.
He can throw to anybody.
Anybody. Did it on 2 different teams.
Yeah.
Did it in the dome. Did it outside.
Outside the dome.
Saints were competitive for my entire lifetime.
And it was because of him.
Don't know what you can say.
Yeah, number 5. That's awesome. Now, number 4, this is where it gets a little bit hot.
Okay.
But I think after 2 weekends from now, it'll be clear. Matt Stafford is my number 4 all-time.
Don't hate it.
I did do a few stats for this one, just all-time stats. Remember, as someone who was drafted in 2009, he's still pretty young for a quarterback. He's going to hit 50,000 passing yards after the Super Bowl. He's 12th all-time. He has 323 passing touchdowns. That's also 12th all-time. And he has 4,302 completions, 11th all-time. And he's right behind Aaron Rodgers in all of those besides touchdowns. And the dude played on Lions for his whole career until now. So, Matt Stafford, he's sick, and he gets in over Aaron Rodgers because, when Matt Stafford's done, Tom Brady won how many rings after 40? 2?
1, 2, yeah.
2 rings after 40? Maybe 3, right?
I think it's hard to say that Matt Stafford is going to go Tom Brady mode.
I'm not saying he's going to go Tom Brady mode, but he could easily not just win 1, but win 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I mean, if he decides to play for that long. So, I think it's a cold take to consider Matt Stafford one of the best quarterbacks in my lifetime. He's been awesome.
I like it.
Yeah. Who's your 4?
Number 4, say what you will. Late game scenario in our lifetime. Guys who you want the ball in their hand.
Big Ben. You're going to say it.
Big Ben.
God damn it.
2 rings. First 2 seasons in the league, 22-3. Never had a losing season. Never had a losing season.
That's crazy.
3 AFC championships, 2 rings.
Perpetually
in the playoffs.
Better than Aaron Rodgers.
You talk about, people talk about Brady's comebacks. People talk about Brady's, fourth quarter, shit like that. I'm biased, but, Big Ben is that light and always was.
Yep.
He always was. In clutch time, you always felt, as a Steelers fan, something good was going to happen.
Dude's a talented guy, too. Dude in his prime was sneaky athletic.
Sneaky
athletic.
Not in the racist way.
Can break any tackle.
Unsackable.
He was unsackable.
Shifty, clever with it.
Cool passes. He had a little bit of Mahomes in there. A little side action.
Yep.
A little under action.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I could get down with that.
Say quarterback.
I thought about him for 5, to be honest.
He's one of the greatest of all time.
Instead of Russ.
He's easily.
I think they're close.
Yeah.
My 3, I'm going to go Drew Brees.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
I respect the hell out of that.
Yep. Drew Brees. He's good. I don't need to explain it, really. He's good.
Second all time, 80,000 yards.
That's a lot of yards.
80.
That's a lot of yards.
My number 3, Pat Mahomes. He is the most talented quarterback in the league. I already said that. Yeah, Pat Mahomes.
I put Josh Allen over him.
I figured you would.
Yep.
But we'll see.
We'll see. We'll fucking see then. We'll look back on this in 20 years and we'll say what we say.
Are our top 2 going to be the same?
Peyton, number 2.
Same.
Peyton. Yeah. And Tom Brady.
Number 1.
Number 1.
You remember when Kobe died and I explained that my introduction to the NBA was Kobe versus LeBron?
Yeah.
My introduction to the NFL was Brady versus Manning. And I was always a Manning guy.
Me too.
Me too. Yeah, in that light. I never became a Colts fan, but you see you can see Peyton Manning for a small blip of time, he turned the Colts into a national team, sort of.
Yeah.
We know,
were rooting for
we
the
grew
Colts.
up with Colts fans.
Yeah. My brother's Colts
people
fan.
who are still Colts fans to this day.
Josiah's Colts fan.
There are Colts fans all over the country to this day because Peyton Manning brought them into this.
Mm-hmm. Like Joe Burrow is going to do with Cincinnati and Josh Allen's doing with the Bills.
Tom Brady, I don't think I need to... Everything's been said about Tom Brady in the last couple days. Peyton Manning, do you think he's underrated? So Tom Brady's undisputed GOAT. I think Manning has to be undisputed number 2.
I don't think he's underrated.
Do you think people respect that?
Yes.
It's Brady and Manning. 100,000%. Yeah, all time. I'm talking about not in our lifetimes.
Imagine Peyton Manning having to go up against Tom Brady, every year, basically. Yeah. That sucks.
That's the thing, is without Brady, Manning wins. And that's why I'm saying Brady 1, Manning 2. I'm admitting that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I totally agree. Any other era, Peyton
the dude's
Manning,
ridiculous.
Any other era, Peyton Manning has 5 Super Bowls.
I agree.
He has as many as Montana.
100%.
Yeah.
And he's better.
Yeah.
My whole thing with Brady is I treat Tom Brady kind of like how I treated Tim Duncan and Kobe for different reasons. I hated those two motherfuckers so goddamn much.
Right. I hated Tom Brady.
I hated Kobe Bryant so fucking much. And then it got to the end of his career and I was like, damn, maybe I've just been a hater all this time. And same with Tim Duncan. I was like, damn, how's he been this fucking good for this long? And then you start to realize that it's more than talent. Tom Brady might not be the most talented guy, but it's finding your strengths and being the best at those things. And you got to respect it.
Absolutely.
He's a goddamn winner.
I've come to respect Tom Brady.
He's better than Rodgers.
I never thought... Well, no shit.
Manning's better than Rodgers.
Yeah.
People, fuck Aaron Rodgers. This is the fuck Aaron Rodgers gang. Fuck that motherfucker.
Unless he comes to Pittsburgh, in which case...
Nah, screw
huge
him.
Aaron Rodgers
you're not going to win shit.
You're
not going to win shit. He's not fucking good. Aaron Rodgers is so fucking overrated.
Okay.
Anyways.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Has this been an episode of the Nice Guys Podcast?
Yeah, it has. That
was fun.
That was a beast. Next week.
Yes.
Next week.
Tune in. Watch out. I can't say that. We have to not put Super Bowl.
Yeah, the big game.
SB in the title. Because we got game. It got wiped.
Super Bowl did get wiped.
Easy.
We can
with
say
the SB word.
Super Bowl.
Don't say
we can't write Super Bowl.
Don't say the SB word.
Damn, man.
They're always listening.
Fuck that.
Fair enough.
All right. We'll see you next week.
If you like the podcast, leave a comment, leave a rating, tell your friends about us, tell your family about us.
It's gonna be me.
Bring them in for what? Bring them in for the Super Bowl episode.
It's gonna be me.
We will try to keep the content coming. Until then, bye-bye.